Worcester may be in the middle of a renaissance, but there is concern the city's housing options are not growing as quickly as other development. At a meeting Tuesday, city and state leaders say there are tools available to help support housing construction for all income levels. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now to explain. Chandler.
Olivia, the state's Committee on Housing chair came here to Worcester today. He says housing is one of the most pressing issues in the state, and current housing bills could make building new units like the ones behind me easier. The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce says the city is growing too fast for its available housing stock. Alex Guardiola says people are getting priced out, being forced to move elsewhere.
How do we keep everybody, housed in the city? We have to make sure that everything is at a price point that we can all afford.
Guardiola worries how the problem will affect Worcester's future.
Folks can't afford to live in the core area of Boston. We don't want that to become the future of Worcester.
Lawmakers are working on a number of bills to increase housing production, including the governor's Housing Choice Bill. Senator Brendan Creighton is chair of the state's Joint Committee on Housing. He says the state needs hundreds of thousands more units to meet demand.
With the status quo, you'll continue to see communities not building the housing they need to sustain their local economy. I think prices will continue to rise.
Creighton says Massachusetts is one of the most expensive states to live in because it hasn't kept up with production. And the state is building half the amount of units it did 40 years ago.
Money has to be a part of it, part of the discussion, making sure that folks can afford where they're living. Certainly, it's a decision for many people, and it's horrible to say this, whether they're going to pay their rent or buy food or go to that medical appointment.
The chamber supports the current housing bills. Guardiola says Worcester needs more housing at all income levels, especially affordable and market rate for the workforce.
I think what it will do is it'll allow new companies to come in knowing that there's a good population of workforce available for them, and it will make sure that the city continues to grow on the economic level.
And when it comes to affordable housing, the Worcester Community Action Council says the demand has been constantly increasing and the number of people looking for homelessness prevention funds is growing. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.